Ever had a client vanish after saying, let me think about it? 1 minute they're hot, the next, radio silence.
Yeah, ghosted harder than your high school prom date. We've all been there.
Yeah, today we're going to talk about flipping that script. We're showing you how top advisors turn small conversations into big commissions without pressure, without chasing, and without sounding like a car salesman.
And if you're not an advisor, these core sales fundamentals still apply to any business. Connection will always beat persuasion.
Welcome to the Plan Life Right podcast, where we don't just help you sell more, we help you build a life, a brand, and a business that works for you. I'm Kevin Ross, retirement strategist, advisor coach, and your host.
And I'm Matt Floyd, your sidekick, hype man, and occasional devil's advocate.
Today's episode is for every advisor who's tired of the follow-up game. If you've ever said, I thought they were going to move forward, and then crickets, this episode's for you. So let me tell you a quick story, Matt. I had this client, let's call him Gary, who was a retired engineer. We're sitting across from each other in a coffee shop, and he's been burned by a broker 12 years ago, I find out. And now he's sitting on this pile of cash doing nothing.
Yeah, the classic I don't trust anyone guy. And man, every time an advisor calls us with an engineer client, we know they're in for an uphill climb.
Yeah, for sure. But here's the move. I didn't sell him a product. I told him a story. And I said, Gary, you remind me of another client that I was working with. He was conservative, smart, careful, but he lost something more important than money, and that's time.
Yeah, you reframed the risk. He was already losing by doing nothing, kind of like losing by default.
Bingo.
And I think most engineers waste time trying to do the math. They don't realize insurance carriers use mortality credits to guarantee that income. The money set aside for retirement can't be lost. Sorry, just had to drop that in.
Yeah.
Back to your story.
Thanks, Matt. You're right. So Gary leans in. We didn't talk about product till probably 30 minutes in. And, we talked about this other client who made the same exact moves that I knew Gary was going to make.
Yeah, paralysis by analysis.
Exactly right.
So what happened?
So the conversation ended up, after 30 minutes in, it turned into a $420,000 annuity transfer. There was no pressure. It was just a connection. It was that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, we should start calling that the old coffee shop close.
Yeah, I like that actually. So here's what most advisors get wrong. They lead with product, not people. You can't talk about a MIGA rate when the client's still emotionally stuck in 2008.
Yeah, or when they think annuities are a scam their uncle warned them about.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Top producers, they slow the front of the process way down. What they do is they build emotional trust. They use open-ended questions like, what are you most concerned about right now? Or what would peace of mind look like to you?
And that's when the real gold actually comes out.
Yeah, conversations, and you hear me say this all the time, conversations convert when they feel personal, not pitchy.
Yeah, because you remove that sales resistance.
That's
and
right.
now you're just talking.
Yep. So let me give you the framework. Here's the framework that you've got to work through. Pain, permission, possibility, plan.
Yeah, all right, so let's unpack that.
So pain's that emotional gap. I'm worried I'll run out of money, for example. And then permission is when they ask, well, what would you do? Possibility, that's the vision. Here's what life could look like. And then plan is where you introduce the strategy or the product. You see how that was the last thing?
Right, yeah, and I think most advisors do it backwards.
That's right.
They're leading with the product and hope it creates that clarity.
That's right.
Like they got a solution, they don't even know what the problem is yet.
Bingo. I think, what people, they don't buy what they don't emotionally need. So
Right.
You got to connect on that emotion part. talk about objections. Most advisors run from them, but I will tell you that top advisors lean in. Objections, get this, objections aren't problems, they're buying signals, actually.
Right. So when they say, I want to think about it, it's not a no, it's a fear.
That's exactly right. You try this. Well, can I ask, what would you need to feel 100% confident moving forward? Or another one, what's holding you back? Are you more concerned about the product or the timing? So what you're doing here is you're creating a dialogue. You're having a real conversation. And when in doubt, you're repainting the vision and you're reminding them of what life looks like when they make the right move.
Right.
So then you got to get tactical. We used a bot that we designed for automations and follow-up. But the message, that's what matters. So we have things that automatically doing that. If you're an advisor and you want that service, we can offer that. But it's the messaging that is the key. And
Right.
then we put everything on autopilot for you.
Right. But you can't automate trust.
That's exactly right. So try this calendar follow-up script. Hey, Bob, just circling back. If you're still thinking through the options, I can send you a 3-minute video recap of what we talked about. There's no pressure here, just here to help.
Right. You're giving them leadership, not another sales pitch. They got 5 other emails of sales pitches. Yours stands out because it's different. Like, I think this guy's just trying to help me understand what I'm getting into here.
That's right. You're trying to break down that barrier. And if you use our Go High Level group, we've got 5 plug-and-play scripts inside our vault. You can use them, test them, and I guarantee you're going to make money with them.
Yeah, and if you want to get on the next wave and really see your practice grow, we can implement our proprietary system that will bring in new clients for you.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. So let's land this plane here. If this hit home for you, hit that follow button, drop a 5-star review, that'd be great, and send this episode to one advisor who's still chasing instead of attracting.
And if you're not in our Go High Level group or working with Advisor Rescue yet, man, what are you even doing? Scripts, systems, support, feedback. I mean, we've got your back. And if you're looking out for your clients, who's looking out for you? That's where we step in.
Yeah. Remember, ghosting doesn't mean it's over. It means it's time to leave. Connection beats pressure every time.
Next episode, Kevin's cracking open the playbook from his new Mastering the Close. Real deals, real strategy, real results.
So until then, plan life right because life happens fast.
Catch you on the next one.